Thank you.
I heard the ice is coming sooner than we thought.
That is the big news this morning. Everybody last night was expecting 9 would be the earliest we would see ice in the southern portion of our district around Festus. And about 4:30 this morning, we had reports of scattered rain already.
So what does that mean for you?
Well, that means at 4:30 we started scrambling to call people much earlier than we expected, especially the people that live south of our district. And I've got some crews in. We're taking a little different approach than we normally do. Normally we go out and salt all the majors first, so the pre-treating that we did last night is holding it off for now. But we're getting rock salt spread on majors and minors at the same time, starting in the southern portion of our district and moving north.
We should say before, cut off the criticism at the pass, Mark, and that is you can only do so much before the ice comes, correct?
That's absolutely right. And the liquid that we put down as a pre-treatment, it really gets eaten up quick when it starts to rain.
And so this isn't coming with any rain. This is coming with ice. So it sounds like you were able to pre-treat and at least take advantage of the fact that there was no rain first.
Yeah, that's right. So, we bought a little bit of time with that pre-treatment. I'm actually starting to see the pavement temperatures drop in the Sullivan and Festus area, so they're below freezing right now. Off of the roadway, you see some ice forming on trees and sidewalks and stuff like that, but our roads are still passable at this time.
What are you expecting going forward, Mark? What's the plan for not just today, but later today, Saturday, and Sunday?
Well, most of our staff is prepared to stay at our facility. We've got people staying around the clock to answer calls and to make sure we coordinate. We've opened up lines of communication with the EOCs in the region. We're communicating with SEMA in Jefferson City to make sure that we're ready for life-saving efforts. I've got Ameren UE, who's going to have a representative in my building today so that if we start having power line problems, we can coordinate and prioritize our efforts as one team.
Let's go to the worst of this, whether this comes later today, Saturday, whenever it may be. The worst case scenario is the major roads are going to be clear. But what about some of those side streets? With ice, there might be people who can drive on the highways but won't be able to get out of their subdivision.
That's correct. Ice is very, very challenging because you go from being safe and passable to completely unpassable very, very quickly, and you can't really see what's going on because it's clear.
So what are you recommending for drivers, say, at the worst of this storm?
Well, I know I told my family to stay home today, so anybody that doesn't have to be out, please stay home. Our best chance of keeping the roads open is keeping traffic to a minimum because the traffic moves the salt around, it takes it off the road, it makes it hard for us to get out there in our trucks. If we can get around faster and we can spread salt, it'll help everybody. And
you're hearing this morning that this ice is coming sooner rather than later, so you guys mobilized into work much sooner because of that.
It's very difficult when you're dealing with 600 people to get them all in early, but in Jefferson and Franklin, we've started having people in, and we're calling them as fast as we can. We will have our full crews on the road throughout the district by 7 a.m., which yesterday that would have been several hours early, but today it's pushing it. Yeah, Mark Corcoran, St. Louis District Maintenance Engineer for MoDOT. Mark, thanks for checking in. Try and get some sleep when you can. Thanks for your help. Thank you. Bye. See you got it. 624 here, Big 550 KTRS. Those engineers, they're not comedians in their other lives. Not comedians, but they are. He is all about work. He's right right. I get it. He's just these engineers. They know how to build a rocket ship to the moon, but they're all business. So it's. So he's saying since the ice is moving in sooner in that area, they'll probably be hitting here St. sooner. Louis soon. And I love these people who sit and complain about whatever. Imagine salting every single road, and it's a very difficult job. And what they do is quite extraordinary, considering. Yes, and then you have some drivers who get in their way also. So people need to, if you can, stay at home. Get out of the way. Well, remember the one year where somebody tried to steal the bucket from one of the plows?
Really?
Yeah. What was that? Remember that?
No.
Yeah, somebody like stole a bucket from one of the plows, and it caused a major problem. And they were like, "We're looking for a bucket. We're looking for a plow that someone stole from one of the trucks."
What is wrong with people?
All right, we'll check in with Scott Crothers here in a little bit, but the ice is coming. Traffic and weather straight ahead, along with some news. 625, Big 550 KTRS.